Hey everybody, welcome back. So I have been wanting to buy a new 3D printer for quite some time. And I mean, we're talking a couple of years here probably. I've been wanting to buy one. And I've been wanting to buy one for a number of reasons. My current crop of 3D printers are all getting pretty old. They all still work, but some of them are giving me a little bit of grief here and there, and I've tinkered them all pretty much to death. So I have been putting it off for a number of different reasons. One, I've just been so busy with other stuff, trying to get all my other projects that have been long-term projects done, and busy with client work. I just haven't felt that the right printer came along that overcame all of that. Well, now that the Jeep is 97% done, and I do feel the right printer has come along, plus it's now summertime here in Arizona, and the temperature's up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that is, 41, 42 Celsius in the afternoon. I feel the time is probably right, and I think the right printer did come along. So you already know what it is since you read the title. Let's talk about why I picked this Flashforge Adventurer 5M. I wanted a Core XY printer. I wanted one that was either enclosed or easy to enclose. I wanted one that I could get the print head to 275C or above, and I wanted one that I could get the heated bed to 100. And I looked at a bunch of different ones. There was a Kingroon KLP1 Pro, I think. There was the Infomec TX. There was a Two Trees and a Flying Bear. I think I was originally looking at 5 printers, and I started weeding them out. The Kingroon had that cantilever bed that I didn't like. I'm not sure there's anything wrong with it, but it just kind of turned me off a bit. And I forget why I abandoned some of the others. It came down to this one or the Infomec. And I reached out to both companies, not as a YouTuber. And neither of these companies, Flashforge never reached out to me. And I never reached out to them. I bought this off Amazon with my own money, affiliate link below. But when I reached out to Flashforge, I reached out to them twice, and they responded to me both times within 24 hours. I reached out to Infomec twice, and I have never heard back from them once. And they're telling you things on their website like, oh, it might be a month before you get it. We don't really know. So I wrote to them, I said, hey, when do you think that will actually arrive? Do you have an accurate ETA? Crickets. I reached out to them once, and I asked them a technical question about it. Crickets. So that played a big role. I actually was leaning toward the Infomec, but their lack of response kind of concerned me. So that's why I went with the Flashforge. Now, why did I go with the 5M instead of the 5M Pro? 2 reasons. One, I didn't want to spend another $200. I definitely want the enclosure, but I didn't really want to spend $200 to get the enclosure. And yes, I know there are some other, you get the 0.6 hardened nozzle, you get the filtration system. And while I might think all that with the enclosure is worth $200, I want to do those things myself. I want it to be fast. That was another one of my requirements. One of the reasons why I wanted to go to Core XY, because I wanted it to be fast. So I am going to print all the parts for the enclosure. I am going to get plexiglass sheets for it or some other means of enclosing it so that I can do nylon. My goal is to replace that with this. So that's where I'm going with it. That's why I chose this one. And with that being said, let's get the damn thing out of the box. I'm dying to get it out of the box and really get a look at it. Okay, I'm hoping I have enough room around here to do this. Once I get it open, I may have to set the box on the floor to lift the printer up, but we're going to find out. I feel like a kid on Christmas, let me tell you. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera. What do I do with my coffee? Where's my coffee? Guy can't work without coffee. That's good. And let's see what we have. We have a quick start guide, which I will totally ignore. We have an after sales service, which I will hopefully not need. We have some foam blocks, Get those out of there. I see there, it looks like you can grab the plastic bag it's in and lift the plastic bag out of the box. So let's try that. I'm going to set this down on the floor and I'm going to see if I can just lift it out of there by the plastic bag. There we go. Get this out. First thing I see is I see a Bowden tube. I see a little bit of some kind of blue filament. Burnt titanium. Made in China. Print temp 190 to 220. It's just, they call it high-speed PLA. And I'm not totally versed on the difference between regular PLA and high-speed PLA, except high-speed PLA is supposed to melt quicker and flow better than regular PLA. Sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but sometimes I think a lot of this stuff is just marketing jargon designed to sell filament. You know what I'm saying? So we have a nice long power cord. I'm expecting decent quality from Flashforge. So should I look at the getting started guide? It probably wouldn't hurt. So I'm not going to totally ignore the getting started quick start guide. Let's see what they say. Okay, they show me how to get it out of the box. Take out the machine, place on a level workspace, and remove the packaging bag and tapes. Remove the filament power cable, screen, and accessories box from the chamber protective foam. Okay, so that's the screen. We'll set this over here next to the coffee where it will be totally safe. There's a box in here. Here's some more foam. Trying to keep all the foam in the box. Here is a box with some accessories. Got a little set of trimmers, screwdriver, some Allen wrenches. Here's a little metal arm. Here is 3D printing adhesive and a couple of screws and somewhat glue. White grease, okay. All right, let's set this over here. We'll set that up there where I can knock it off and lose most of it. And let's see if we can weasel some of this foam out of here. Should I read more of the quick start guide? Why not? Let's take a look at more of the quick start guide. So they say take that out and that out, which I did. Get that all out of here. Can this block of foam? They say take that block of foam out. Move the chamber foam according to the arrow direction. Oh, they show you moving they want you to move the carriage to the back and then pull the foam out the top. I got it, I see, okay. All right, I am 3% smarter than the instructions. Take out the 2 screws and spool holder from the accessory box. And I know they've decided to put the spool on the back, which I'll probably do it at first, but I don't think the spool's going to stay on the back for long because I have it planning eventually on going up to where that enclosed ender 3 is, and I don't want the spool in the back. Okay, I have retrieved the screws and the filament holder, which, I mean, that's pretty basic. It doesn't get much more basic than that. I suppose it could be plastic and that would make it be more basic. There are 2 holes here with arrows pointed on them. They give you a 2mm Allen, and we're just going to spin this in like this. Insert the filament guide tube into the extruder. All right, well that would be this right here. It's already attached to this set of wires, so all they want me to do is shove this down into that, right? Right? Okay, how far down should it go? Okay, it doesn't go any further any down than that, so I'm going to go with that for now until I have trouble. And insert the other end into the filament detection sensor, which would be this right here. Yeah, they don't go far. And there's no buttons you push like the old type. You know, you had to push the ring around it down in order to pull it back out. There's nothing like that. Install the screen. Okay, well that would be on the front, wouldn't it? This thing has a very robust feel to it. I will tell you that. It feels really, I'm not feeling any wobble out of that. Wobble you're seeing is coming out of my desk in this little stand here that I use to move it up closer to a height that suits me. Insert the screen cable. Please remove the tape off the screen cable. Okay, that would be this. Please remove it carefully to avoid damaging the cable. Well, that would probably be a good idea. Of course, I'm not famous for doing things carefully. I'm famous for doing them quick, which is something I have fought with all my life. Okay, but I am going to try, in this case, to be careful. Honestly, I think they could have used something a little less sticky if they really wanted you to be super careful. Because I gotta tell you, that is really sticky. Wow. All right, let's try taking it off from the inside first, if possible. Boy, they got that all the way up to the, ouch, to the very top of the angle. All right, knife time. I'm just gonna slice it right across here, because not damaging the cable to me right now is more important than getting it off of the inside. So, yeah, I think they could have gone with something a little less sticky. Wow, that really is, that's just crazy sticky for something they don't want you to damage. All right, that's 1 point away. 1 point from House Flashforge. Can you tell I've been replaying Hogwarts Legacy? Okay, there we go. That was, I didn't care for that very much, but that's okay. Lift the buckle on the screen's cable socket, then insert the screen cable into the socket connector. Note, ensure proper insertion and check an alignment of the indicator with socket. All right, really can't go very far considering how it's made, and then you should push the buckle down. Insert the buckle on the back into the printer's slot and push the screen according to the arrow to lock it in place. So there we go. All right, that's mounted. Okay, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I don't hate that. Hoping that the electronics are all isolated from the enclosure. That's what I hope for. That's one of the reasons why I like this, because it did feel like the power supply, the screen were all outside of the enclosure, which is another thing I did want. All right, so I've done that. Unlock the build plate. Please ensure the platform has been cleared up. Of course, I have no idea what that means. Please use 2mm Allen wrench to remove the 4 screws which lock the build plate as indicated by the arrow. Okay, so those are going to be, I see they've actually put little yellow arrows. Don't know if you can see that in the camera. Let me see, there's little yellow arrows where they want you to remove the screws. Okay, my 4 bed locking screws are out. What does it say next in our quick start guide? Yeah, read the quick start guide. It's a good idea. First print. My gosh, we're at first print already. The interface layout may change whenever there is an update to the firmware. Power on the printer, turn on the printer switch, and wait for the screen to respond. Yay, let's get rid of this because we don't need that now. My gosh, is that the full assembly out of the box? I remember when they came in 1,000 pieces. I do. Let's plug this in. The pointy end goes in the power strip. The holy end goes into the printer. Where is it? Right down here in the bottom, and of course the power switch is on the back. I've given up hope that they would not do that. Oh, there's an Ethernet port on the back too. That might be fun. I like to see Ethernet ports. Okay, power it on. Here we go. Let's hope the blue smoke all stays where it belongs. Flashforge. Are you able to see the screen there? Oh, God. What is this? Flashforge Adventurer Mario Kart Edition? Select file language, English. It's already on English, yes. Printing preparation. Please confirm all packing materials were taken out. The printer needs to be calibrated for the current environment. Please ensure the heated bed is unlocked before starting calibration, which I just did. Click next. So it's saying the printer is under self-detecting and it may take several minutes. It said homing. It already did homing before I got the camera running again. And now it's going to go to leveling. Oh, and it's going to heat. Looks like it's going to start with the bed. I'll pause the video until it comes up to temperature and starts. The bed is up to temp, and the nozzle, I bet that didn't take 3 minutes from start to finish to bring up the bed and get the nozzle to 230. That's really quick. At least seems quick to me coming from an Ender 3 type printer, you know what I'm saying? Now it says leveling. Guess it's going to spit out some filament. Oh, there's no filament in it. Okay. Forgot that. And now it's cooling off. Looks like the temperature is going to drop to, the nozzle temp is going to drop to 120. Interesting. Oop, I switched the light off. Let me switch the light back on. There we go. I don't know if that really makes a difference or not. $140 and dropping. And here we go. What's it doing now? Leveling? Looks like it. Says it's going to take 7 minutes. 4 across, and it looks like it's going to be 4 back. So what is that, 16 total positions for leveling? Sounds right, 4 times 4, right? Boy, the movements are quick. Sheesh. After leveling, it says vibration and completed. Well, look what it's doing. It's vibrating back and forth really quickly. See if I can get you a better view of it in there. It's vibrating so quickly now, it's just buzzing. Can you hear it? Almost sounds like an out of balance fan. A badly out of balance fan. Probably ought to take my hand off it. I'm probably affecting it by keeping my hand on it. Didn't say don't touch though. Oh, just stopped. Oh, now it's going to go back and forth instead of side to side. It starts out slow and gets faster and faster. Interesting. Pretty soon it's so fast you can't even see it. You can just hear it as a buzzing. If I hadn't heard the fan running so smooth a little bit ago, I think that's an out of balance fan. I don't think it's going to do anything else other than this for the next 2 minutes, so I may just skip past this and save you the excitement. Timer counted down to 0 and it said completed and didn't really do much anything else, so I guess that's the extent of that part of the setup. Well, after waiting for 2 or 3 minutes, I decided to tap the screen, and the second I tapped it, it went to load the filament, so apparently it was waiting for my input without telling me so. So load the filament. Please load the filament according to the instructions below. I'm going to use the filament they provided because I can't think of what else I would do with that amount of filament. So let's turn it around so maybe we can see what we're doing. All right. So we should probably go like this. We're going to go like this. Come on, get in there. There we go. And we're going to go, doesn't want to go through. There we go. So I can see it coming around through here. Okay, I can't go any further than that. What does my quick start guide tell me to do? Push it forward to the feed roller till it can't go any further. Click load and select PLA for the first print. Okay, let's spin it back around. All right, load. PLA preheating. Knocking my stand off here. All right, preheating, it's going to go to 220. Feeding will begin after heating. Successful filament extrusion from the nozzle indicates successful loading. Well, of course. Lastly, confirm the filament guide tube is properly inserted. Well, wouldn't you want to do that first? I inserted it a number of times. I pushed it down as hard as I could. Heats up fast. We're at 220. Heating completed. Loading. All right, are we loading? Yeah, it's pulling filament in. Okay, so we're good there. And we are extruding out. I put in that blue burnt tungsten filament, and we're extruding out red filament. So it had red filament in it. I hope that's normal, because if not, it means I got a used one that somebody returned. Maybe they do test them all, I don't know. It is absolutely extruding filament. So it has made me a nice little ball of filament down there. Can you see it? I got to get lights in it. Let me move a little closer. Loading completed. Please clean the filament or on the nozzle in the platform. Click print. Okay, we'll get that off of there. You can see there's the red that first came out of it, and then that blue tungsten color. And I'm happy with that. Click print. Here we go. Print. It's going to print a square block. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not mad about that. Going to go all the way down to the bottom. Let me adjust the camera height a little bit. Preheating. Nozzle's going to 220 and it's now just passing 200, passing 210, 215, and 220. Came all the way up to 224 before it's backing back down. Supposed to print this in 6 minutes. I don't know how big that block is, but 6 minutes is slower than it probably takes to level it. I may want to get the camera up above. We'll see if I can do that while I'm waiting for something to happen. Can I get the camera up above? Or is that just not going to be really possible? We'll play with it a bit while it's printing and we'll see what the best camera. I've heard you can just plug a webcam into these, and I see they sell a little camera kit for stupid cheap, but I got several webcams. All right, we are heated up to the temperature. Why isn't anything happening? Printing, it still says. Is something supposed to happen? I have a pause button and a stop button. My temperature's up, 219, 220, 50, and 50. Why is it not printing? I don't know. On this side I have a home button, a button that I don't know what is, a button that looks like a spool, a button that looks like a gear, and a button with an eye with a circle around it. But it's not printing. Okay. What is it, waiting for me to tell it to go? You wouldn't think so with a stop and a pause button. Don't know. All right. That didn't do anything. What's it waiting for? Sorry for the sniffles. It's allergy season. Of course, it's always allergy season in Arizona. Just depends on which way the wind is blowing. Okay, nothing's happening. Why is nothing happening? I don't know. It says printing, but nothing is happening. How about if I pause it? So I paused it. Can I make it go again? How do you make it go again? How do you make it go again? It seems stuck. Well, this isn't so far the best test I've ever seen. Got a crap load full of filament under it. How do you unpause it? I don't know that either. Okay. Again, not the best initial test I've ever had of something. Not the worst yet either, but it's not making me overly happy. Pause. Okay, how do I unpause? All right, I don't know. Apparently nothing is working at this point in time, so we may switch it off and switch it back on, because nothing appears to be functioning. All right. Switch off. I'll switch back on. So no successful first print yet. I hope that's not going to make me start the whole setup over again, because that wouldn't make me very happy either. Oh, that's going to get old fast too. Do you want a recovery print? Sure, recovery print. Please wait the temperature. Please wait the temperature. Okay, there's my test print again. Looks like it might do it this time. Okay, I don't know what that was all about, but maybe it was me being impatient. But it didn't seem like it should really have needed to sit there that long. And maybe this is one somebody returned because they had issues with it. If that's the case, I will be talking to after sales support. Okay, now we're heating up, preheating. Okay, beds at 48 of 50, nozzles at 200 to 220. Bed's now at 50, nozzle is now passing 220. And it says printing again. And it's going to go, okay. I hope. Wouldn't it like need to bring the bed up? Come on, bring the bed up. Oh dear, I think a call to after sales support is in order. That doesn't make me very happy at all. I'm going to leave it sit at this point in time and see if maybe it just wants to sit for a while. I don't know. It is currently, what time is it currently? It is currently 10:49 in the morning. I'm going to leave it sit till, I don't know what, 10 minutes? All right, it's been almost 10 minutes and it's just still sitting there not doing anything. So I'm going to stop it. According to what I've been reading while I've been waiting for this, is there are other models on here I can try. Printing canceled. So let's look and see if there are other models on here I can try. Printer info, boat PLA, 14 minutes. Let's see if it'll print that. I mean, I'm an easy guy to get along with. So this is a Benchy, 220, 50 PLA. I'm assuming that's the print button. It is. Let's see if it'll print that. I don't care if it doesn't print the test block. I'm just concerned that it doesn't print anything. So are we attempting to heat up? We are. 48 of 50 on the bed and 180 and climbing on the nozzle. And let's see if it'll print this. If it doesn't, then I really have an issue. I'll see if I can connect it to the Wi-Fi and do a firmware update or manual update, but we'll see. Okay, it's heated up. It says printing. Oh my gosh, is it going to do it? Hello? Hello? It looks like it's going to do it. So maybe it was just that test block. Yeah, it's going to go. Sweet. See if I can get you a better camera angle. I don't want it to accidentally start focusing on the light. Jesus, that thing's fast. Holy crap. Might have to find a sturdier, and that's a solid wood table. Jeez. I didn't put any glue on the bed because they gave glue stick and I hate glue stick. Got better light there. Trying to get better light on it. Okay, some trials and tribulations. Apparently it doesn't like printing its test block, which I don't really care about, to be honest. Dang, that is fast. I'm not sure what the print speed of this is set to, but the Ender 3 would still be on the first layer. Alright, I'll bring you back when this one's done. I had to cancel the print on this one because the filament got stuck back on the spool holder and it's all tied up in a knot back there. So I'm going to have to clear that off, and I'm going to print this again. I don't know, that's looking pretty good. I'm sorry I'm on manual focus because it wouldn't stay auto-focused on that crazy moving print head. But I'm going to untangle that filament and I'm going to print this again. It really tied itself in a knot back here. I'm not sure I can easily free that up. So I have the spool untangled, but I think before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and hook it up to the Wi-Fi and see if there's a firmware update to it. So I am Croker, and how do I tell it next? Don't know. Nope, not that one. Okay. Okay, I connected to the Wi-Fi, and as soon as it connected, this popped up. Update records. 1. Fix the issue that automatic leveling is not working after the leveling option is checked. 2. Add a screen protection switch. 3. Fix the issue of no Wi-Fi networks being found. 4. Add Russian translation, and 5 other bug fixes. So this is going to be a firmware update. I'm going to say yes. It's installing it, and I'll be back when it's installed. I don't know how long this is going to take. As soon as I pushed the stop recording button, it said update complete, please restart printer. So the only way they've given me to do that, I guess, is go to the back and power it off and on. All right. All right, one more time. All right, here we go again. I had my wife come in and look at it when the other one was printing before it failed. And she's monitored a couple of my prints in the past that have taken hours and many hours, and I've had to be out of the house. So she knows what the Ender 3 and the Geetek A10M look like. And I had her come in and look at this, and she looked at you, holy cow, that's crazy. All right, we'll be back when it's done. Okay, we are right at the 10-minute mark now, and I gotta say, I'm still pretty impressed with this. That's pretty darn fast. And I know people have printed benchies in a minute or less, but they don't look like a boat. They look like a dog chew toy when they're done. 11 minutes. Looks like we're coming up to the end here, and we are still at the 11-minute mark. That was the filaments, coils over there springing loose. That's okay. "12 minutes. Been so long since I printed a benchy. I can't remember how long it took, you know, at 50 or 60 millimeter per second on an Ender 3. But I get the feeling it was probably an hour or longer. 13 minutes. And 14 minutes. It's just at the very end of the smokestack. See if I can zoom in on it there a little bit. And there it is. Hadn't as yet turned over to 15 minutes, probably 14 and a half minutes. Let's get it off of there and have a look at it. I'm pretty excited to see what a 14-minute benchy looks like. Printing completed, time used 14 minutes. I gotta tell you, let me fix this, hang on. Looks pretty darn good. I mean, that looks really good. I like the way this filament looks too. It kind of has that sparkly black. Yeah, that filament looks pretty nice. Wow, that turned out super nice. Okay, I'm now loving it again. Every machine always has its quirks. That turned out really, really, really nice. I mean, no complaints there at all. Sorry for not doing a screen capture here instead of just the camera on the screen, but I'm just too lazy. This is Flash Print. I put in Flash Print and Orca Slicer. This is Flash Print. I got a little mesh desk box here. I'm going to say start slicing, and nozzle size, machine type Adventurer 5M, nozzle size 0.4 millimeter, Flashforge PLA, slicing model down at the bottom, slice preview. Save to local. I want to send this to the printer because it should be connected now. So send to printer. There's the printer. I'm just going to click, is this the button that sends it to it? And okay. Streaming printing 21%, 40. What does the printer show? Yay, the printer shows it's streaming too. And there we go. There is my little organizer. And looks like it's just going to go without me having to do anything else. Okay, there we go. It just started. Nowhere on there is it, oh, remaining time, 2 hours for that? Really? I didn't look to see any kind of speed or anything like that in it, so I'm really not sure what it's going to be doing, but I guess we're going to find out pretty soon. I wouldn't have expected 2 hours. I'm printing this at 50% its normal size, and I have no idea if that's enough filament to do it. Probably not. Okay, we're done with the bottom layers, and this is about, and it even sped up a lot on the top of the bottom layers, if that makes sense. And this is a lot more of the kind of speed I was expecting. Well, here's why this print's so slow, is because there's a lot of, diamond-shaped holes in the sides. It's a mesh, so you can see what it's making it do. This probably would have been half the time if this was just a straight solid wall container. Okay, let's get that off of there. And I put no glue or anything on here, so we'll set them down here. It's not going to want to focus on that. We'll set them down there. We'll compare them. I thought they stuck pretty good for putting no glue on it. And let's get a look at these. Let me zoom out, so I'll hold them up close to the camera. So here's the Benchy, the first thing I printed. And honestly, I think the quality of that is absolutely, let me get the lamp over a little better. I think the quality of that, considering the speed, I think the quality of that is absolutely amazing. I have not done any cleanup at all. You're seeing it exactly the way it came off the printer. And honestly, that's pretty impressive for 14-minute Benchy. And I realize it's not an exact Benchy. I don't think that back post was there. So you can even see a steering wheel in through the back porthole. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And then here's this mesh-sided desk organizer, a little bin. And again, I really love the look of this filament. I mean, I don't print things for appearance, but that blue and gray with the sparkles in it is kind of really nice. And while not the best printer, or excuse me, the best part to show off a high-speed printer, it certainly shows off its precision, because those little bitty mesh pieces, they're all perfect. They're all really perfect. I'm very pleased. So there you go. That is my first day of setting up and printing with the Adventurer 5M from Flashforge. Day one, setup, unboxing, getting it all ready to go, and getting 2 successful prints off it using all of the filament they supplied with it. I'm pretty happy. I started at 9 a.m. today, and it is now 5 p.m. on the dot. So that's a pretty darn good first day. I'm very happy. I'm going to get this video up so everybody can take a look at it who wants to. And then we're going to do day 2 in another video. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.